Hey there, and welcome to Hardcore Sustainable. I just wanted to do a really quick video to show you this kind of tool that I just made. It's really easy to make, and it's incredibly useful in the garden. Like, you can buy all sorts of little hose of different sorts and pay a lot of money for them, but this one, I made it in about 5 minutes, and it's more useful than any of those tools that you can buy in a store. It's called a wire hoe. So the wire hoe basically just consists of a stick, and it's just got to be wide enough that you can drill a couple holes through it, and then a piece of wire, usually a thicker gauge wire. I can't remember what this is. This is kind of the wire that I use for the trellising in my vineyard, and I just had an extra scrap piece. You can see, just like any other hoe, you want to use it when the soil is dry, but all you do is pull this right through here. If you need a smaller space, you can kind of turn it on an angle to fit into a narrower space between rows. And just bring it right through there. And it pulls up all those baby weeds. It's a simple concept, and you can really see what a good job it does in clearing out these weeds and pulling them up by their roots, sort of stirring up the soil, so that you can inhibit the germination of other weeds. Also, when you stir up the soil like this, you're going to create kind of a mulch situation, because you're going to make air in between the soil particles, and that creates sort of a mulch to inhibit the wicking action of water and that evaporation happening off of the soil. I read about these in a book a while back when I was getting started on my hoop house, and found them to be incredibly useful. And sometimes I'll lose them, and then I just make another one. Only takes like 5 minutes. So the basic tools and materials we're going to need for this project are a stick, a piece of wire. I think this is 12.5 gauge, like normally used for electric wire. Pair of pliers, channel locks, or what I'm using. A drill driver with a drill bit that is, a little bit bigger diameter than the wire that you're going to be using. And then a hacksaw or some kind of wire cutter for cutting the wire to the right size. So the first thing we're going to do is to drill holes basically in this direction and this direction, and you want to make them, far enough apart side to side so that they're not going to run into each other, and that's where our wire is going to be put through. So we'll start that here. You want to go in here, do it at a steep enough angle that it's going to come out up here. Actually, that probably should have been a little steeper angle so that it's coming out on the other side of this piece of wood here, because if you do it too close to the middle, there's not enough room for it to actually have a loop. And we'll put one over here. So we've got one of our holes coming out there, one coming out there, and we're actually almost done. So we slide our wire through here, like that, and then we're going to fold this over and just sort of anchor it in. And then this, I'm going to put a bend in here. I want this to be kind of a tight angle corner there. And then we'll put another one over here to dictate the size of the loop that we want. Actually, this one's got a kink in the wire, so let's try to straighten that out a little bit. That's a little better. That should work. Okay, so then we're going to size that up like that, and then we're going to cut it over here. Just used a couple minutes ago to make one. Now I'm using this one to try to cut. And so we'll use our pliers, bend that off. There we go. That's better. Now hopefully we can actually thread this through here. And it will fit through, but I don't know at this point. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, so get that through. Now we've got our loop and everything. Let's get it to the right angle. There we go. It's pretty much our wire hoe. It's pretty sturdy. Let's see how it works. So it's amazing how fast greens grow over the course of a video. More of this dead nettle has come up since the last time I hoed, but you can see even some of this big stuff comes up pretty easily. That's the wire hoe. It's pretty much indispensable in these applications where you have, pretty close rows of greens or some other crop, and you want to get it well weeded and hoed early in the season. Like a typical stirrup hoe is just too big for this. I posted a video a few days ago about trying to fix my Sundancer fridge and replacing the thermostat, and some people were asking about that and wondering if it actually worked. It didn't work, and I kind of left it a cliffhanger because I'm going to have another video that shows you the hack that I did to get it working again, and now it's functioning what I think is the right way, and it's, the dial is in the range and it's shutting off and it's shutting back on, and it seems like the temperature inside is relatively regular. Still getting a little bit of freezing in the very bottom of the fridge, but it seems like the hack that I did fixed most of what the problem is. I just wanted to say I really appreciate having people leave comments and suggestions for how I can do things. It's good because I don't know all about everything. I have my areas of expertise, but definitely like fixing fridges is not one of them. I enjoy trying to do it myself. Sometimes it's hard to find repair people out here who know anything about these technologies that we're using, so you can't always rely on people in the area that do this for a living to know how to fix some of these sustainable systems that we have. But I appreciate getting the comments and the feedback from people, and like to have that community input, and then we all learn something. I learned something myself, and then I can talk about it to you all. Appreciate it. Like Yankee 4 was giving the suggestion that maybe it's my condenser coils on the fridge that are the problem. They need to be cleaned, and as soon as I find the condenser coils on that fridge, I might look at them. They're not in any of the obvious places. The only place I can think is they're underneath it, which I'm probably not going to be able to get to them if it's underneath it. But anyways, I appreciate your feedback. So in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be headed to Colorado. I still have a lot of back footage from here at Dancing Rabbit, and I'll continue to make videos about Dancing Rabbit. I'm hoping to find some projects in Colorado in the Denver area to do videos about and make some connections there, and then possibly on to Florida. I don't know, but I'm planning on being gone for most of the winter from Dancing Rabbit, and then next spring I'll come back and start making videos again here. So thanks for watching Hardcore Sustainable, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time.